Yes. So first, Harris, thanks you for having me back. But
Absolutely.
Jerry Brown's sitting there calling sheriffs, mayors, saying they're lying. What they are really doing is fighting for the safety and security of their own communities. Because what Jerry Brown has done, he put a sanctuary state upon California, meaning that these sheriffs cannot communicate with ICE. So these individuals who happen to be illegal, then breaking crimes, it could be gang members, when they release them from jail, they can't tell the ICE to be able to pick them up. So they're making their communities unsafe. There was a supervisor there talked about a family they talked to gave them a picture of their murdered son for the same instance what has happened. So no, I think Jerry Brown is the one here that's not telling the truth, because what is happening is city after city is rising up against this because it is wrong. You can't. One of the greatest strengths of this country is the rule of law. And what the sanctuary city says going through is that you don't uphold federal law, that you don't communicate. Could you imagine if a bank was robbed and the governor said, don't let the city police tell the FBI about the bank robber, let them stay in the community, you don't have a right? That's in essence what this law is doing.
Yeah, that's an interesting example of how this would work, actually. And then that brings me to this question. After listening to what you just said, why is there a fight about sanctuary cities? It seems pretty clear the first crime that has been taken or made is coming here illegally. They've already broken the law. So I don't understand why you would harbor somebody who's here illegally. If you just go baseline, that's a crime.
Look what happened to poor Kate in San Francisco. She was murdered, and San Francisco harbored the murderer. That individual had been deported 5 times and came back, then shot a rifle that actually killed Kate Steinle. That should have never taken place, and you should not harbor that individual, just as you said, to start out with. But these are individuals like gang members that have broken other crimes of why they're in jail, and you're not allowed to tell the ICE agents about them. That makes the community unsafe.
House Majority Leader, you know, when you look at the situation, you know there has to be a compromise at some point. And we saw Governor Jerry Brown, when it came to the idea of sending troops to the border, National Guard troops, to then assist behind the scenes Border Patrol, he capitulated there. What is the compromise here?
Well, first of all, I think the number one compromise is you uphold the Constitution, that you can't pick and choose what federal law you're going to enforce. If it's a federal law, and one of the first responsibilities of the federal government is to secure their border. I am a big believer in immigration, but legal immigration. But the idea that you would harbor an individual that didn't just break the law of crossing the border, but broke the laws inside America from as high as murder and others, that you can't communicate with the ICE agents. And what happens is you release that person into the community, even into minority communities. It makes that community unsafe because that person is a criminal inside those communities. I'll guarantee you, the parents, the mothers and fathers, they want to protect their children.
House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, will you forgive us, please? We've got breaking news, but we are so glad you came on the program. Thank you. We'll bring you back.
Thank you, Harris.
Let's get to the White House press briefing.